going to be talking to Jackie Kinnick from Canfield Softball. Jackie, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Jackie, well, we always like to kind of start off with, I just like asking about season experience, and it's been quite a ride for you guys too. You had a little bit dips in the roller coaster, but you guys really brought it up, and it all culminated in district championship. You're going to regionals. What's this experience all been like in the season for you from your perspective?
For me, it was super rocky at the start, like you were talking about, and I didn't know how like we were going to fare throughout the whole season. I honestly didn't think at the beginning of the season, I didn't think we would make it this far, but I think we all just kind of gelled together, like right at that middle end point, and it's just been great from there on out. So,
what was one thing that really made it easy to gel together as a team in the middle of the season? Was that 12 days off and spring break? Did you guys take advantage of that with team bonding?
Actually, I think that might have helped, but we didn't see each other at all. We didn't have a trip this year. We kind of got some time away from each other, and I think that really helped, like when we came back and all saw each other, because we missed each other so much. And I actually think it helped us a lot, because there could always be like tension, even with like siblings when you're always together, and I think the time apart definitely helped us a lot.
What can you speak on taking that time away from softball from time to time when it becomes too much, and when you find yourself getting frustrated in it? What does it mean to take those mental breaks and everything, and how did you think it benefited you personally?
Well, for me, I was in a big slump before, like in the beginning of the season, and taking that time off, I kind of just like focused on, like what can I do just to step away and take a mental break from like going to this every single day. And coming back into it, I just looked at it like, I need to make the most of this. It's my senior year. And I think I just had a new outlook on it after that break. Being
a senior on a team that has such a good mix of some seniors, and then they have some young players that have really stepped up for you guys, what kind of responsibilities were put on you as the senior leader to kind of lift this team up and try to keep them together throughout the season?
I definitely think my senior class, we try and include the underclassmen more than years in the past. I usually compare it to like, well, I don't know, but I definitely think inclusivity is important, and making sure all the girls like feel like they're part of the team and they're doing something, even if they're not like starting, or if they're like just being inclusive is the biggest thing for me.
And I mean, you guys had the success too that backed it up too. You've had success after the break. Speaking on just this season, and being that it is your senior year, and it feels kind of like the most normal year of softball after the last two. Mm-hmm. What has the overall experience been like for you, and what have you taken away from your softball career in the 4 wild years that you've had?
Honestly, I see it as something that taught me how to be mentally tough, especially with, having to take that big break for COVID. And that like took a toll on me. I really missed it during that whole year. And it also taught me like kind of how to persevere through anything, because like, especially last year, I didn't have a great year, like hitting wise. In the beginning of this year, it kind of trickled into that. And you just have to like get through that, and you got to work to the next day. And I think that's what the 4 years have taught me.
I'm going to take you back to last week, district championship game. Take us through the championship feeling, how it was to kind of celebrate that win with your teammates, and how much it kind of meant to you, your senior season, to win a district championship.
I thought it was awesome. Number one, I think the other 3 seniors, or at least one of them, I think in 10U, Bridget Kelly, she played the district championship against Poland, I'm pretty sure, or some super important game. So I know it was a really, really big deal for her. And I think her excitement kind of carried over into everyone else. And especially like being that it was like the Battle of 224, Canfield Poland rivalry, it added to like the excitement, and it was super emotional, but it was awesome.
Was that extra icing that you guys got to beat Poland to win the district, and it was that team that was across from you?
I guess you could say that. I know a lot of those girls, and I like a lot of those girls, so I can't really talk down on them. But I think it was a great game.
Looking at this season too, I mean, you talked about the little bit of slumps that everyone was kind of having early on. Did you guys, after that break, carry that chip on your shoulder for the second part of the season and kind of feel like maybe teams were doubting you, or maybe some teams weren't taking you as serious as maybe your talent level provides?
Oh yeah. I think we all kind of felt that, we were all not doing our best, all in a slump. And I definitely do think there were teams out there that didn't think we were capable of what we were capable of. And I think we really showed that in the second half of the season.
You got to shine some light on your picture. Melina Toth has been rocking the circle, especially in this district tournament. What's it like playing defense behind her and just kind of watch her work? And what has it been like to see her grow just 2 years and knowing that she's got 2 more years left after you leave?
Well, she just is amazing. Her composure level is like, I used to pitch, I was never that composed ever. And like, I usually get nervous in situations like that when I'm out on the field and, there's runners on base and, we need a couple outs until the game's over. With her there, I'm not nervous. I know she's got it under control, and she always pulls through.
I mean, obviously a great season too. I mean, you've had some younger players that you took under your wing as well as this season has gone along. But let's talk about the senior relationships that you've had with the other seniors and just what it means overall to keep playing, and just kind of preview, I guess, this regional semifinal game for us too, and what this is going to look like for you guys.
Well, I love my 3 seniors that I get to share this with. Bridget Kelly, she is probably one of my best friends outside of softball as well. We're always hanging out, and I love her to death. Maddie Angelo, I've known her my whole life. I love her so much too. And Bayan, I could always turn to Bayan if there's something I need or anything like that. She's great. She'll always lend an ear. It's just amazing. And I think the bond between the 4 of us really kind of sets the tone for like how the team needs to like get together. And I think the bond, like that bond that we've created has kind of carried over to the team. And so we're all just like a big group of friends now.
We're still 2 days away from that regional game. How much is the anticipation building, and how much are you guys just ready to go down there and play on Wednesday?
We're getting excited. We're really excited. We got some hard practices these next couple days, and we just gotta go in there with the same attitude that we had at the district game, and start in the very beginning and just keep it going.
What are the emotions like when this tournament starts for your senior year and not knowing if next game is going to be the last game you wear the Canfield uniform?
Oh, it's definitely kind of nerve-wracking, I would say. It's kind of sad. I have to say it's sad. Like, we have a tradition where on the last bus ride home from our tournament game, everybody's upset and we play like some sad songs, but having to think like, oh, is this going to be my last bus ride home? Is this going to be like my last alma mater on the bus? It's sad. It really is. But, you have to think past that and kind of say, okay, but what can I do to not let that happen?
When you reflect on your time at Canfield, what kind of things make you so proud, because you're still going. Don't want to speak in the past tense yet. Make you so proud to wear that Canfield red and represent the school system in this community?
I really think the community it's great. We have a lot of support at the district game. We had a lot of teachers and students come out and watch us because of such a rivalry. Our teachers and our staff in the building, they're super supportive. We had, to the district game, we had like a small little police escort just to show like the support from the community. And I just think it's great that, you know, as a high school athlete, I can get like the support from my community that not a lot of places get.
What is the dugout snack and sports drink combination that is the path to success? We could say it wins district championships on the bag.
Well, our snacks, they do change quite a bit. I am the snack mom, you could say. We do like Oreos, like the mini Oreos, and like any type of like Cheez-It or Goldfish. And I guess I would say our favorite Gatorade is probably yellow as a team. So
Yellow as a team. What about you as a player? Like you personally, your favorite Gatorade flavor?
Blue. Definitely blue.
Softball dugouts are known for their chants. What's your favorite chant that you've had for Canfield softball?
We don't. It's kind of it's more of like a clapping sequence, and if you come to any of our games, you'll hear it because it happens probably at least once a batter. But I think it just gets us going.
Is there pressure to be on beat and on rhythm during that clapping sequence? And
oh, definitely.
I mean, the looks you get if you're off beat, not fun. What's your pregame routine or game day routine for a game day?
Well, I usually get a coffee after school at Starbucks, and then I come home and I play with my dog for a little bit, and that is really like what my pregame routine is. Make sure my uniform's clean, obviously. That's pretty much it, though.
Is the uniform clean before every game, or is there any ones where it's like, okay, it's already dirty, I'm not going to clean it this time, or do you have to make sure the uniform's clean before every game you play?
It's clean before every game.
Gotta be.
Yeah, it's gotta be clean. I don't do the dirty uniform, especially if it's one of those games where you're just diving all over the place.
But are you someone that believes that if the uniform's not dirty at the end of the night, it wasn't a successful night?
Yes.
What's the go-to post-game meal for Canfield softball?
We usually go to either Inner Circle or Tequila Jalisco, but we can take down a pizza in no time.
You said you're the snack mom for the dugout. Whose player has the best snack mom, like actual mom? Like who's always bringing the snacks for you guys?
Honestly, our Coach Angelo, she always has great snacks, especially since she's a teacher at the high school. She has like a fridge and like a little room connected to her room that we always go, and she keeps snacks in there. And we always go grab snacks and waters, and she always has fruit in the fridge. And it's just, she's always stocked up.
You got Coach Angelos, they're plural. You got two of them.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like, the dynamic between those two? And what are some off the field or practice stories that you can tell us about the dynamic between those two?
Well, I think they work really well together. You know, they've been together for however long. And let me think of a field story. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but
do you guys ever give them a hard time for like bickering or anything like that?
Oh, well, sometimes. Like, well, what were we talking about? I think a couple days ago at practice, our graduation is this Saturday, and we were talking about somebody, like a team wanted to schedule a game this Saturday, and we were like, we can't on Saturday, and they're both like, why? And we're like, well, what do you mean? Like, your daughter Maddie, like she's graduating. And we just thought it was funny, but they were so focused on softball, and I think that's great.
They were in total softball mode. What's your favorite thing about being a softball player?
I don't know. I played probably like every sport growing up, and I think just like the relationships that you build in softball is a lot different than like any other sport that you play.
Was there an age where you kind of picked softball and it was like, I want to do this sport, and the other ones kind of fell to the wayside?
Well, I think that's like a decision that I kind of made in like coming into freshman year, because I played volleyball and basketball in 8th grade, and then I cut out basketball, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna go focus on softball. I did end up playing volleyball, but then I kind of got that away too, and now I stuck with softball all 4 years.
You're a student athlete. You're a student athlete, so we have to talk about the student part of life too. What's the subjects that you really like to study and you hope to study in the future?
Well, I've always liked science, and I think history is kind of interesting, but in the future I plan to study aeronautics at Kent State. So I'm looking to be an airline pilot.
What subject did you struggle with the most in high school?
Oh, math. That kind of doesn't make sense if I want to go and be a.
I was about to say, wait a minute.
Well, I'm not like bad at it, but I had like one bad teacher one year, and it kind of was just like off-putting for me.
What teacher at Canfield gives the hardest tests?
Probably Mr. Hamilton.
Do you like the group projects or do you like to do solo projects if you had to pick?
I like solo projects.
What's the hardest kind of solo project that you've had in your high school career that you've had to do?
I had a research paper due, I think my freshman year, and I think that was probably the hardest one.
Still haunts her 4 years later.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the hobbies that you have? If I took away your Wi-Fi and your phone and you had to unplug, what are some hobbies that you have that are not internet based?
I like to draw a little bit and like paint, but I do like to go to the gym a lot, and I also like to golf.
What's your guilty pleasure dessert?
Oh, Graham Central Station ice cream from Handles.
Got to be from Handles because no one else does ice cream like Handles.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie, before we let you go, I want to give you the chance to shout out your support system and the people that are always there for you throughout your career.
Well, I want to shout out my parents, for everything they've done for me my whole entire softball career. My coaches, obviously the Angelos, they are great, and I'm so happy that they got to coach me these last 2.5 years. And I also want to shout out my whole team because, I wouldn't be here without them. So that's pretty much it.
Give Canfield Nation a calling card to get out to Nordonia on Wednesday and support you guys.
Wait, I'm sorry. What, you cut out?
Give Canfield Nation a call to action to get out and support you guys on Wednesday.
Uh-oh. I think we're breaking up.